Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Third installment of Scott's Selections here for Saturday, August 24th. For again today's play of the day. Quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in the WNBA with Chelsea Gray over 4.5 assists at minus 135 on Caesars. Not really that close. Line closed to 150. Didn't matter though. Gray 2 at the half. Just could not really get anything done in the second half as she finished with 3. Had some chances. Unfortunately, though, the Aces shot horribly from the floor. Finished with about 74 points. So definitely an underwhelming offensive game by the Aces, and that resulted in an underwhelming assist number for Gray. So picked up a loss there. Look for a winner here on Saturday. For the actual play, though, remind me once again, the more plays on our website. So go to the website and use the promo code VKL5G16 right with our percent off. Code is also in the description. Plus a reminder, hit the like button, subscribe to the bell to get notified, and I'll never miss an episode. And for the actual play, going back to the WNBA, going to look at a matchup between the Fever and the Lynx, taking place at around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this game, I'm going to take the road team here. Going to take the Fever plus 6.5 at minus 110 on Bet365. Time recording of 12:10 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to go with the Fever plus the points in this road game. First reason Indiana's been good lately, as they have won 4 of their last 5 games. Now, the Lynx have been great. They have won 5 straight. But, as I said in the Play of the Day video yesterday, the Lynx were playing. So the point is they're on a back-to-back. And you are looking at that being a pretty rare situation in the WNBA. And I do think fatigue should be an issue because the Aces game was pretty close down the stretch. And they had to use a lot of, I'd say, star players for a lot of minutes. So Collier had to play 38 minutes out of 40. Smith played 33 minutes, and McBride played 32. Plus, Courtney Williams, one of their main guards, averaging 10.5 points per game, 4.8 rebounds per game, and 5.5 assists per game. One of the more underrated players in the entire league. Got injured in the fourth quarter. She hurt her knee and did not return. I would be shocked if she played in this game, just based on how she was screaming on the floor afterwards and based on the fact that they have a couple days off after this game on Saturday. I don't see a real reason to force her to play, so I think she will be out, and as a result, the Lynx are going to have to kind of reinvent the actual lineups with her being unavailable. But you are looking at the minutes, and I do think it's going to be an issue. Collier had a monster game against the Aces. Fatigue should be a problem, and I do think that the Lynx might come out flat because of it. Plus, you are looking at the last 10 games, and Indiana has been great at rebounding. Indiana actually is tied for the highest rebound percentage in the entire league over the last 10 games, where the Lynx are currently tied for the third lowest rebounding percentage in the last 10 games. So Indiana should be able to dominate on the boards. They have a lot of options, and I do think that with Smith or with Boston, they should feast and generate a bunch of second chance points, and I do think that they'll be able to do so into this matchup. Now, looking at the actual previous head-to-head meetings, faced off one time this season in Minnesota, faced off on July 14th, and the Fever won outright by 7. Now, I am going to admit that Collier did not play in that game, so it's tough to fully, I'd say, gauge how many takeaways you can actually generate from that game. But the point is, Indiana has gone into Minnesota and won before, so they shouldn't really be intimidated by the spot. And I do think with them not playing for a couple days while the Lynx had to play yesterday, definitely a favorable scheduling spot for the Fever in this one, which is why the line has already dropped to 5.5 in a couple books. Plus, the Lynx have a look-at spot as well as they play the Liberty in New York on Tuesday. So back-to-back games against the Aces, followed by a game against the Fever with no rest on Saturday. Then you're off and have to fly to New York to face the number 1 team in the league on Tuesday. Definitely a sandwich spot here, which is going to suggest maybe a letdown performance by the Lynx, as they might be eyeing the Liberty on deck. Point is, though, it's a really bad spot for the Lynx, and I do think after playing a pretty physical game against the Aces yesterday and a couple days ago, and now you have to go face off against the Fever team that is still kind of buried in the standings. They are probably going to make the playoffs, but the point is they are definitely the weakest team they're going to face between the 2 games against the Aces and the game on deck against the Liberty. It's a very good scheduling spot, and the Fever have been solid. They already beat this team on the road before, so I do think you're looking at a spot where the Fever should be able to make this game competitive and maybe even win this outright. But 6.5's a lot. I'm curious if Minnesota is going to bench any other players to keep them rested. Who knows? But give me the dog in this one. Spoiler once again, here for Saturday, August 24th, is going to be on the Fever plus 6.5 at minus 110 on a Bet365. Bye, everyone.